Mary's back from Denver.
Hi.
Fully alive, I might add.
So alive.
So alive. Like the Love and Rockets song. Hey, by the way, before we get to that, I did want to thank one of our customers in the audience. On Friday, we got into a conversation about how Poundcake, I don't know how we got into it. I made it one of the promos, and I forgot about it until I heard the promo about him on the toilet eating a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember how we got on the subject. I don't remember how we get on 99% of the subjects we talk about here.
You guys save all the good stuff for when I leave.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's
Snickers,
good.
come on.
Let me, hold on, find this promo here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play this promo for you just for some context, okay?
The Alan Cox Show.
I had to eat something, otherwise I would have nothing at all. But I could probably get something at the bar, or while I poop, I can, eat a little Snickers or something.
That's the eating.
Right, that's what it was. We were talking about going to the bar crawl on an empty stomach.
Yes,
and
that's
he
what it
said,
was.
well, maybe I can get a Snickers bar while I'm on the toilet.
Well, I'm on the toilet.
And I said, I love the image of him sitting on the toilet, pants around his ankles, phone in one hand, because that's what he's doing, and Snickers bar in the other hand. And I said, in fact, I call upon all of our artistically inclined customers, just sketch that out. And
so
the best
badly.
one I got, if you're watching the live stream at alancoxshow.com,
It's got the squatty potty and everything.
a woman named Danana Wright. I just put pound cake snacking on the toilet, charcoal on paper. She didn't call it that. She just sent me the photo. But yeah, he's on the toilet, squatty potty, so he's got his knees up. He looks naked. He's just got his chain on and his headphones on. Doesn't have his phone in one hand, but okay.
Why do I have my headphones on?
You'd want to ask
having a moment.
You'd want to ask the artist, not me.
That's Bill's, international sign for don't talk to me. So maybe that's how you were feeling on the toilet.
Headphones
don't talk to
on,
me.
yeah.
I love the idea of him naked on a toilet with a Snickers in one hand and grinder in the other. And just like a picture that says Snickers satisfies of him like from a downward angle.
I, too, am chock full of nuts.
I love it.
Yeah,
do we actually have this art? Like, she just sent an email of this.
She sent the photo to me.
Okay.
You don't have like the actual art itself.
The
I
hard
would
copy,
like
you
it.
mean? All right.
If I could somehow get this, I would like to hang this at Squifle Tower.
We could frame it, yeah.
Excuse me.
So Danana,
It's going to go in
In
my
the bathroom.
guest bathroom.
Yeah, put it in the bathroom.
Danana, Nana, Bobana. So send, if you want to let me know what you would charge for your art, or send Bill an email.
Yeah.
So when people ask,
And let him know.
what the hell is hanging up in your guest bathroom?
Don't worry about it.
You're gonna say,
Pound cake snacking on the toilet, charcoal on paper.
No.
And they'll be
What
like, who
he's
the hell
going to
is Pound
say,
Cake?
what he's going to say is, it's really up to the observer what the art represents.
It's
so
how
you
do
tell
you
me
feel?
what it is.
What do you see?
That's right.
When
What
you
do
look
you?
at this?
It's a
What does it
Rorschach
evoke?
test.
Yeah.
You know.
What do you feel?
And again, this is a really good way to kind of suss out which gals you think you might want to have make return visits to Squifle
That's
Tower
right.
too. You say, "What do you see there?" And if they give you some strange or awful answer, you go, "Well, mark her off."
It's the worst gargoyle ever.
That's actually the most effective gargoyle ever.
it's actually a gag oil.
No
Oh,
gag
man.
oil.
I like that
Gargoyle.
she drew the Snickers bar just Snicks.
Yes.
I think that's how he
Copyright,
referred to
yeah.
it. Yeah, you get a Snicks on there.
Oh man, I love it.
So thank you to I don't know who Danana Wright is, but she sent me that photo at the Alan Cox Show Facebook page. Thank you very much.
You mean to tell me you guys aren't guilty of like rushing around in the morning when you're eating your bowl of cereal because
I don't eat breakfast
it takes
ever.
it gets soggy very quickly. So you're like, oh my gosh, I have to poop and I have to leave at this time.
no.
you
So
eat cereal on
so
the
That's called not getting up at the right time.
You eat the bowl on the cereal because you don't want it to get soggy.
Eat the bowl on the cereal.
You mean
what?
eat the cereal on the bowl? You hold
Just why don't you just dump the cereal into the toilet bowl and just eat it straight out of there?
cereal bowl,
Disgusting, huge
cereal in the bowl. You're on the bowl. Right.
You eat the bowl.
No,
on the toilet.
that's poor time
I
management.
haven't had
if
cereal
you're-
in forever.
Oh, I've got back into cereal. I'm loving cereal now.
I have to buy I wish there were smaller gallons of milk, like almond milk and stuff like
You
that.
mean half gallon?
Yes, but even that I don't go through. Like I might, if I get a box of cereal, it'll last me until it expires. Like it'll
Buy
be like
one
a
of those
year.
little milk chugs.
I
then.
think I need to because I'll buy like a whole big carton of almond milk and I'll use it twice, and then I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
I
I've
just
gotten back
avoid
on
cereal.
the cereal. I'm only eating Special K.
How long does almond
Red
milk
berries?
last?
But they have a bunch of different kinds. So I have the red berries. There's one that's like peach and almonds, which I like a lot. There's one that's blueberry and lemon that I like a lot.
Ooh, that sounds really
So
good.
I've dipped my toe, although I had to pick a couple things up this morning, and I saw that they now have Lucky Charms, but instead of the little oat pieces in Lucky Charms, they've replaced those with Frosted Flakes.
Whoa.
And I'm like, I don't want instant diabetes, but on the other hand, boy, that looks good.
You got to try it.
No, I didn't. I pass it up. But
I love
I don't
Raisin
like
Bran.
eating in the morning either, but I'm forcing myself to. I'll eat yogurt and some, flax. And
I am starving as soon as I wake up.
the last thing I feel like doing is eating in the morning.
But I have to go to the gym before I eat because the longer I'm awake and not going to the gym, I won't go. It'll take like 35, maybe 40 minutes of a window of me just getting up and going before I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to go.
Well, I
today.
also see all these people writing these think pieces on intermittent fasting, which is
Skipping breakfast.
which is a great word for not eating.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you read these and they're like, well, I do intermittent fasting where I only eat during 8 hours of the day. And I'm like, I already do that. Yeah, okay.
It's just skipping
Yeah,
breakfast. That's
right.
all that it is.
And you're sleeping for the other 8, so yeah.
Some people get really intense in it. I did it for a little while.
Well, some people do it for like 72 hours. But
Or
then,
they'll do
like,
one meal
well-
a day, so they'll like wait and then they eat for 1 hour. So they'll do 23 hours off, 1 hour on, and they'll eat 2,000 calories in an hour.
I was going to say, I feel like I don't see the point of that. I feel like that's like somebody who eats an entire bag of diet chips.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of, listen, if
It
you,
works.
It works because, obviously it's going to work if you don't
You're
eat.
cutting calories. That's what you're doing. Is you're taking out an entire meal out of your day, whether it's in the morning or at night. You either stop eating at 6 p.m. or you start eating at noon. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
but there's also a weird thing too where people are like, I have one meal a day. It's like, yeah, but then your body starts to hold on to weight because it thinks you're starving. So it's this weird thing
But
where
if you
kinda
exercise too, like there's a lot of different. And
you
everybody's
have to
diet's different,
exercise
yeah.
too. A lot of people cut that out. They're like, I just don't eat. And I'm not that hungry ever, so I eat to eat. I don't care.
I like eating, like food, like eat the communal, like being out and people eating and like sharing food and like hanging out. Like that's like
I like
something
going
I
out
really
and
enjoy.
eating and having
Yeah,
dinner,
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like if I'm at home on a regular 90% of the time, I'm like, I don't care.
Do you kind of just like snack?
No.
You have meals?
Yeah, I do. I have meals.
I like
But
snacking and watching TV. That's the most fun in the whole world, and I don't do it very often anymore.
I don't snack
But,
a lot
like,
to begin with.
That's like a treat that once in a while I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna get a bunch of junk food and I'm gonna watch like a football game or something and just let myself do that.
You
Yeah.
literally binge watch.
I've done really well at keeping healthier things in the house. So when I'm snacking, I don't feel like I'm snacking. I'm like, I'm gonna eat these grapes before they go bad. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Handful of pumpkin guts.
No.
'Tis the season.
Gross.
Ugh, pumpkin
I
seeds.
just can't even think about holding that.
That stringy gut. That's
Gross.
Can you imagine it like
It's all
going through-
veiny.
like all in your teeth?
It's like wet noodles.
The
Ew.
pumpkin meat.
Ew.
And you make spaghetti squash out of it.
No, thank you. I'm out.
Yeah.
I do like pumpkin seeds, the little bag that you get at the. Do they still have those? At
They
the
do
gas station?
because
They should
are
get rid of 'em.
Yeah, they are
like
so labor intensive. Over
I
there
just
on
eat
the-
them. You don't shell them?
Huh?
You shell pumpkin seeds? I always just eat them. Like the roasted ones, the white ones.
Yeah, roasted ones. I'm just saying, like to separate them from the rest of the pumpkin and
Like
then
when
put
you
them
make
on a
them
pan.
yourself.
When you
yeah.
make them yourself.
I was like, just go buy a bag at the
No,
store.
well,
anytime.
that-
Yeah, but
Yes.
even buying the bag at the store, they're just not worth it.
I like them.
I think they're.
I haven't had them in
sunflower
forever.
seeds.
But
Barf.
All right, got $1,000 here for you. A shot for you to go fund yourself. Good luck.
Text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's wings to 200 200. Go fund yourself on WMMS.
So, Denver.
yeah, man, that city was awesome. It was like
It was your first time there,
first time in Denver at all, and
visiting
I went,
and working.
Visiting and working. And so we stayed in this. They bought the club bought a 2-bedroom condo that was beautiful and
Yeah.
like brand new. It was really, really nice. So they let us stay there for the week and we could walk to the club. So I didn't get out and doing as much as I wanted to. But there was a couple other comics in town that we hung out with during the day and stuff like that.
But you got into the city.
I got into downtown,
Yeah.
yeah. So Thursday night we were at the Downtown Denver Comedy Works, which is, from what it is, one of the best clubs in the country. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. They have those Yonder bags
Yep.
that you put your cell phones in, which made all the difference in the world. Like, you don't realize how distracted people are until they physically can't touch their phone. Like, everybody's so focused. The laughs are amazing. Like, it was really, really
It's
incredible.
like doing comedy in the 90s.
It was perfect. It was absolutely amazing. It felt like you got hit with a laugh cannon, man. And the way that the room was like kind of like it's at like a downward slope almost, and then it gets narrower, so it's just like
everything's focused.
It's oh man,
It's like the Pittsburgh Improv is like that.
I've not been there, but it
Pittsburgh
was
Improv's
amazing.
got more of like an open feel to it.
This is in a
one's like
basement.
low
Oh, I
ceilings,
see.
Yeah.
and it's all
It's
focused
amazing.
right towards that stage. I was there 15 years ago, but
Yeah.
it's a great space. Like I did the open mic, and I'm like, that's one of the best sets I've ever had. And to this day, it's one of the best sets I've ever had.
It's an incredible room,
That
dude.
room is
If you
legendary.
if you
people
don't
record
do,
their albums there because
so many people.
they know that they're going to get a great recording. And the Yonder bags, they just added those to Hilarities because they had to buy them for Louis C.K. So
Are they
going
to do them forever now?
I mean, they have them. Why not?
I think you can rent them.
I think they bought them.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It made all the difference in the world. But Thursday night, so I was with Chad Daniels. He's been on the show a bunch. Thursday night, he was doing this thing for Conan. It was a Team Coco House where they had like 10 different cities and everything was sponsored by Conan all over the country.
Barbarian?
It was really, yes. They brought back Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was crazy. He was like really into it. He did a set, but nobody could understand him. So. So I wasn't supposed to be downtown with him. I was supposed to be at the other location with Pete Holmes. And he was like, hey, Pete brought his own opener, so you're going to come. And I got to do like, they put me on Conan's Instagram, which was super cool. And like just gave me a little shout out. And I kind of talked to the guy who was there for like the social media stuff. So that was a nice little surprise, like an added bonus. All 5 shows were sold out. It was absolutely incredible. Sunday, I had a show down in Colorado Springs, which is like an hour south. And so I made a reservation to rent a car. And when I got there, I did all this on my Instagram story and Twitter and everything. I made the reservation with Enterprise.
Oh, yeah, I saw you like in tears or
Dude,
something.
I was so frustrated because I left. I got in an Uber and I was like, okay, my show is in Colorado Springs. I'll rent a car. I'll go down for the day because there's a place called Garden of the Gods, which is supposed to be. Go ahead.
When did you make the reservation?
I made it Saturday during the day.
Okay.
So I made the reservation Saturday during the day and to pick up Sunday at 11 a.m.
Okay.
So I got packed up a day bag because I was like, all right, I'll go down, I'll go hike during the day, and then I can take a shower. There's a Planet Fitness down there. I was like, I can take a shower, I can go to my show, and then I'll drive back up. And so I get to Enterprise, and they're like, oh, yeah, we don't have any more cars for today. And I was like, well, what do you mean?
Remember when Enterprise's hook used to be that they would pick you up?
Right.
The thing was, we'll come get you
Right.
and take
Well,
you.
that's
And
still
now
is.
it's there like, yeah,
Maybe we'll have a car for
we
you.
might have a
Dude,
car.
I was so aggravated, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Well, what do
that's
you
very
mean?"
aggravating.
I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Well, we just don't have any more cars." I was like, "Well, I made this reservation. You guys charged my card, and
Oh,
now
they did charge
they
your card.
charged my card." And I was
You know
like, "So
how
now
to
what?"
take
Like,
the reservation.
Exactly.
You don't know how to hold the
That's
reservation.
100% what happened.
Yeah.
And I asked them, I was like, all right, well, is there another location around here that I can try at? And they're like, no, every other location within 15 miles is closed on Sundays. And I was like, so what are we supposed to do? And they were like, well, we're sorry, we'll refund your money. Like they had nothing to offer me. They were just like, sorry about your luck, we gave away your car. So
what is that? Is it like
Yeah, I don't
first
get-
come, first serve?
I don't know what
or-
the point of making the reservation is. Or they said sometimes people will extend it, so they're supposed to have a car back on Sunday, and then they kept it till Monday. But since they had the reservation first, they
And
can
what-
extend it or whatever.
What is this? Is it the 50s that they can't have other locations open on a
No,
Sunday?
It was crazy because I
That's
looked
insane.
it up, and she wasn't lying to me. Like every other Enterprise in the Denver area was closed on a Sunday except this one.
That makes no sense.
It didn't make any sense to me either, and the airport was like 45 minutes from where I was staying. So
I was
going
going to say, because if you were at the airport, there would have been a dozen car
Yeah.
rental places. Yeah.
So I went and I made another reservation right after that. I like walked over to a Starbucks. I had all my stuff with me. I had like a rolly suitcase for a day bag and like stuff to shower
You're
and
walking
everything.
around on a
Homeless
I
mare.
looked so homeless. and I'm in
Everybody
hiking
loves
clothes.
mare.
Asphalt with a roller
I had
bag.
like a hoodie and like sweatpants and like my hair was up and no
Hey,
makeup.
honey, going
Right,
north?
Exactly. And so I went to Starbucks and I called the next closest
There's
place.
one of them weed heads that spent all their money on their weed, and now she ain't got no place to live.
I called a budget place, a budget car rental, and they same thing. I was on the phone for like 45 minutes setting up this thing, and so I like did it all, charged my card, did everything, took another Uber to get there, and then when I got there, they told me that their computers were down for the day.
Stop it.
That they shut their computers off for the day. The location closed at 2:30. I got there at 1:58. So I got there 32 minutes early, and they said that they had just shut their computers
You know
off
what?
for the day.
I would look that cashier straight in her eye, and I'm like, listen, you are driving me back to drink. I have been sober for 6 months.
Yeah,
I am
right.
going to get out of here and buy a bottle if you do not give me a car right this second.
Well, that's why I
Couldn't
was
drive
so
you anywhere.
aggravated. I was just so frustrated because I was like, I already spent $20 in Uber to get to the first place, and then I spent 45 minutes on the phone making a second reservation at a different place. Both of these companies still have like $150 held on my card that I'm waiting to get refunded. So I'm like, just at the moment, I'm not out technically $300, but I don't have that money in my account. And then so the budget people were like, yeah, we shut them down for the day because we didn't have any more cars, so we can't rent anything out. So we closed up early, essentially. And I
So
was
they
like,
didn't have
"Are
a car
you
anyway.
Yeah, they did. So, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That even if they didn't close down their computers, they wouldn't have had it.
What the hell?
I was so frustrated. I started crying, and this budget car rental was in a Sheraton hotel, and I like had tears in my eyes. And the lady just left. The budget car lady, she couldn't
She's
care.
like, "Peace, bitch."
But the front desk lady was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm just having a really tough morning," and I'm like crying. And she goes, "Oh, well, do you need us to bring something up to your room?"
Oh, like a car.
I was like, "I'm not even staying here." Like I was just crying in a hotel that I wasn't staying
With a
at.
suitcase that
With
looks
a
like.
suitcase, yes. She thought I was like at the hotel.
No, she
and
thought
having
you were
an
the other
issue.
woman, and the man just kicked you out of the room.
Could you bring me?
It
Could
was
you
a
bring
mess.
me a BLT and an 08 Prius, please?
So by that point, by the time I was done at budget, it was like 3:00, and I had left. I got to Enterprise at 11, so I had to, like 45 minutes to get there, a half hour to get there, arguing with this lady.
So did you end up getting a car from
I
anywhere?
didn't end up getting a car because it was like, well, at this point, why would I rent a car for the day to
You have
go
time to
down
do
there?
that,
And
yeah.
I don't have any time to do anything. Like
Right.
my show was at 7, so another comic on the show gave me a ride down there and ride back. But I was like, all I wanted to do today was just go hike. I wanted to go be in nature for a couple hours.
You got to hike a lot.
I said that. I was like, I got a tour of Denver via Ubers. I spent $60 in Ubers, like back and forth all around, which would have been the same as renting a car for the day. It was just super aggravating.
Wow.
So I didn't get to do any of the fun stuff I wanted to do, like that was Denver centric, because I was supposed to have the car Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and take it back with me to the airport Tuesday.
Sure.
And so I didn't get to travel around or anything, but I did get to go to a couple of dispensaries, which was nice.
There you go.
Did you get your money back?
No, my money hasn't come back yet. They're like, well, then they're pulling that whole 7 to 10 business days. I'm like, this is your fault.
Yeah,
Like,
7 to 10
this is
business
now I'm just out
days.
$300 for 2 weeks. Like, get out of here, man.
Right.
I do business every day. So you need to
Right.
pick up
Day.
the pace on
That's
that.
right.
Right.
Every day's a business day for Bill Squire.
Here's a great text. You comedians think life revolves around you. We need our phones at all times regardless. Drives me nuts the way you think the world owes you.
Don't come to a comedy show.
Yeah, don't
It's
come to a comedy
90
show.
Minutes.
Yeah.
90 minutes without your phone.
Life doesn't revolve around people, but your time in the comedy club that you're paying to go into, sir or madam,
And didn't
they're very upset about something. A lot of
She's-
caps, a lot of exclamation points in this.
And Mary said that it made the shows better.
Of course it
So if
does.
you're going
Better.
to the show and you want the best experience, sounds like that's the best way to get that.
I don't care who
experience.
you are. You're not
Yeah.
you got nothing that's that important that
90
for the
minutes.
span of a comedy show, you need your phone.
And-
if that is the case, don't go to the show.
Here's the other thing, too,
If you're
though.
a surgeon on call, maybe hang out in the lobby.
You have your phone with you the entire time. So they put it in the little bag, and if you need to use it, you leave the showroom,
Yeah.
and they'll unlock it for you.
Yeah.
You just can't, you are
just can't
unable to use it in the showroom.
Can't text, can't film.
Can't do
Yeah.
anything. Can't pull out your, like, where it made a really big difference
They
that I
don't put them
noticed-
all in a giant footlocker out in the lobby.
No. You have it with you the whole time. It made a huge difference after the check drop, because I think a lot of people, once they get their check, they're like either doing math or looking something up, or they use their phone for a light, and then they're on their phone after that. They
Yeah.
pull up Instagram or Twitter or whatever, or check a text message, and then so that wasn't even an option. So it's like it was so great. It was so great.
That's nice.
Alan, I work for Avis Budget in Akron, and I feel sorry for Mary because when our computers go down, we switch over to doing paperwork.
So that's probably what she meant. She didn't want to do paperwork, and she's like, "Well, our computers are down for the day."
Relatable. I get that.
Bill is
Yeah.
not a paperwork
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, I'd have to fill out one form, and I just can't be doing that.
Right.
That's not my thing.
32 minutes early.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated.
Bill, welcome to Enterprise. You're fired. I quit.
That's all right. I never would have gotten. I never would have filled out the
Filled out the
application.
application.
Yeah.
You guys have a thing where I can do this online? What is this, 1995? All right. Well, listen.
But everything else was great.
Life
Just
on
that
the road,
one
man.
day, so I didn't get to go exploring like I wanted to. So next time, definitely get a car for the whole time I'm there and go around.
Okay. A couple of years ago, there was a British guy that was doing a Skype interview, and his kid famously walked into the room. Mm-hmm. When we come back, I'm going to show you a woman who is a reporter on MSNBC, a cable news network.
Miss NBC.
I'm sorry, Miss
That's why
NBC.
she had her kid with that.
That's right. Ms.
NBC.
And her kid just walks right next to her in the middle of the broadcast.
It's very funny.
If you're watching the show at alancoxshow.com, you'll see it. You can listen on iHeartRadio, and you can text if you like. 35192. We'll be back after this.